Welcome. Try this a second time. We'll see if we're going on YouTube this go around. It doesn't really seem like it's working from what I can tell, but that is the nature of trying to use a workaround. Sometimes it doesn't work out. But we are live on YouTube and Twitch. So we are going to just call that good for now. Running live on Instagram is really hit or miss. It's a weird process. So do what we can. I'm just going to remove it from the stream. Remove this destination from the broadcast. Yes. Save changes. All right. There we go. Kill out of my other phone, which was trying to monitor Instagram. Wish Instagram didn't have to be so difficult to stream to. It'd be nice if it was like a native option to stream to Instagram from desktop, but it is not. All right. Welcome back to Revolution Solution. This will probably be used somewhat for the podcast for this week. It'll depend how much time I have to chop it up, because clearly so far we're not off to a good start for it to be a podcast. I hope you like the overlay. I've made these. I am using Brian Scramblin' Norton. He, through Food Force Farms, has the premium StreamYard set up and allows me to use it in exchange for me mentioning that I am using his setup. So thank you to Brian. This is a big help. I wish that it would allow Instagram streaming to work more easily. That's quite all right. The nice overlays and everything are a nice help, as well as, just working with a friend, somebody that I really admire and appreciate. So I'm very grateful that I get the opportunity to use it free of charge, just for talking positively about somebody that I already really like. It's a good exchange. Speaking of which, Food Force Farms is the landing place for all things Brian Norton. The guy's got his fingers in all sorts of things. You can check out the C4 Club there. You can order hand roasted, delicious coffee. He's got CBD products as well. He does consulting of all various varieties, particularly with permaculture, like business starting and all kinds of things. So foodforcefarms.com. That's the place to go. Check it out. Also, if you're watching this video later, we have nice little QR codes here in the bottom that I made, and they're kind of self-explanatory. The one that says LSD is the QR that directs to my premium link tree that was created by Josh the Renegade Butcher of Liberty Meat Solutions. He's got too many names. Change it. Yeah, so all the links can be found just from the QR code rather than having to type in those 4, 8, 15, 13, 14, 18 characters. That's probably too many to find everything that I have. So you can just open up your phone, go to the QR scanner, scan that little QR. Right next to it, the little brain that has text that's probably too small to read is the direct link to cheaties.co. That is my collaboration I'm doing with Brian Alexievich of the Lots Project. It's a pretty bare bones website at the moment, but I assume at some point, once we get up and running, he will have a full link tree for that as well. And then I will swap this QR code out for a QR that leads to the link tree. So things to check out. Why are we here today? I have been wanting to do a karaoke stream for a while. I used to do vocal covers of songs. It's been years ago now, while I was still in college. I never had a great way of recording them. Hello, Go Steel Burkaka. Nice to have you. Never had a good way of recording them or removing the vocals from the original song. So I haven't tried to do any like professional recording, but I do really enjoy singing and figured it was worth trying to do it on stream and see how it goes. It's probably going to be double vocals, mine and the originals, and that's fine. But I don't know. We'll see. Start with something. I don't know. Any suggestions to my one viewer? Do you have any song requests? I'm not sure what I want to start with. Don't want to go too crazy. Should have came more prepared for this, huh? Let's start with something by Real Friends. Warm my voice up. Yeah, we'll start with this one. Actually, even better, let's see if we can find, at the very least, a lyric video. Just so I don't make an ass of myself if I run into a portion of a song that I can't remember. Should also be somewhat clear that I really enjoy overthinking things. I'm not sure if I present if it will also capture audio. So let's see about that. Let's present in this manner and add that to stream. That's not too bad. Or we can go this way. No, I don't like that. All right. Sorry, just to double check that I can hear the sound from the video, I'm going to open up Twitch myself and see if I can hear it when I hit play. Nope. All right. Let's see if we can change some settings. Sorry, this is completely new to me. I've not tried this before. I don't want to change the mic. What do I want to change? Live. Holy shit, what happened? Okay, it's back. This is the nice thing about not having any viewers. I can do this live and nobody will care. Check share audio. All right, let's remove this and see if that's an option. Present, share screen. Yeah, it doesn't give me the option to include audio. I can only edit the name of the screen. Huh. I may need that black hole program from my other computer. Let's see. I don't know why the camera keeps jumping in and out. That's freaky. Search sound. Go to system preferences for sound. Oh, okay, it's not fucking showing up. Yeah, it's got to be a Mac OS issue. That's got to be why the share audio doesn't work. Mac is so fucking stupid about it. There's no option to natively stream desktop audio on OS. See what we can come up with. Yeah, I'm not seeing it on my other computer, but I know that I downloaded it. Yeah, I think it is Loopback Driver. Is it Audio Driver? Hopefully, when I find the correct site, it will look somewhat clear. Just give me a direct link to the download. I don't trust these sick third-party sites that are hosting the download. That shit ain't safe. All right, maybe the GitHub. GitHub's got to be a decent place to start. Yes. This is what I was looking for. Gotta find terminal. don't have Brewer installed. Darn it. Check your email for a download link. Is like the sketchiest way ever. It's the second time that I've done it this way. Don't like it. Anybody listen to Crystalia? Don't like. Guess I could have avoided this by just searching by email for the original download link. But I forgot. What can you do? Oh, hi. We have a second viewer. How you doing? What's going on? Scrambling man. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to share desktop audio with Mac OS. Mac doesn't natively have a way to share desktop audio with any other program. So when I'm streaming, I can hear what I'm playing, but the stream can't. But there's a driver that can be downloaded that can add that option. I just got to remember my password now. I just entered it a moment ago. I'm lost. There it is. Weird. There we go. I don't know how that happened. Your phone doesn't like the LSD QR? Let me see if mine will scan it. I scanned it before I put it in the layout. Yeah, it works for me. Yeah. Not sure if your device is being a turd about it or what. I don't know what's going on. Old iPhone. That could be it. That could be it. All right. Let's see if we get desktop audio now. I'm not hearing it, so that's a bad start. There we go. Nope. More troubleshooting to do. Drift correction, that's unnecessary. Multi-output device. No audio. I can still hear me. Yeah, but the desktop audio is not working. Yeah. Yeah. I've got it paused at the moment. I'm trying to troubleshoot again. Maybe the built-in output is the master device. Use this. Huh. Yeah, use it for output. Choose both of those. It has drift correction on the black hole, so we'll choose that again. All right, let's close out of that. Try it again. Wait. Press button, then share screen. Press which button? Yeah, so I looked at StreamYard's helpful handy dandy yeah, I mean that's how I've got the thing added here. StreamYard says to just click the share audio box, but that's not an option on Mac. I'll show you. Stop that one. Present. I'm going to share the screen we're on. And then I'm going to go to add another one. So it doesn't have, oh, there we go. It doesn't have the option to include sharing. Oh, I can't share multiple anyway. So I can't actually show it. It doesn't have the little checkbox the way that it shows on StreamYard's FAQ. That's why I've got to do the workaround. Mac natively has no way to share desktop audio. I mean, I guess it's not a Mac issue. It's that this computer was built in 2012, before streaming was a thing, so they didn't include that option at all. We just want that window. All right. Let's go up here. I want to use this for sound output. Yes. I think that I just want to have I want to uncheck headphones and just have the multi-output device selected for output. Let's try it again. Still no sound. A photo from Brian. Right. Yeah, that box doesn't exist on Mac.
Right. Yeah, that box doesn't exist on Mac.
You're showing me exactly what StreamYard was trying to show me. But yeah, it's not an option here. I think I've got multiple mics picking up sound as well. Input should be just that one. Output should be just that one. Who knows? I had it working on my other computer, but this one it's the same device from the same year, everything, but this one's got twice the RAM and a newer processor. So I've been trying to do everything on here, but it's a slow process of like, oh yeah, I need that program too, or that driver or whatever to get this one set back up the way the other one was. Well, I may as well take a look at, let's see. I've got the other one pulled up here. Let's see exactly how I have it set up. Play YouTube on phone as the guest. Huh. That might work. So you would maybe do YouTube picture in picture? With the browser open? Huh. Built-in output. All right, everything looks the same there. Output audio simultaneously. Check the use button next to add it to a device to add it to this device group. That all looks the same. Built-in input. Built-in input should not be picking up anything. I mean, it's set up the way I had it on the other computer. Good luck, Scrambling Man. Thanks for dropping by. Wish I could have sang you a pretty song. It really might be as simple as just since I installed the driver with StreamYard already open, StreamYard just can't recognize it. I'm going to try and join on the other computer here and then leave this one and then join back so it doesn't end the broadcast. We'll see how it goes. Maybe audio feedback for a while. DBQ. Here's something else we can try. Let's just see if audio will transmit from here. Yeah, I have the option on the other computer. All right. I got to add the second me to the stream. Let's see if we get sound. Just pick the first thing that shows up. There we go. Fucking works.
I'm at best your second option, like a
I
key
should have closed out
under
of
the mat.
stream mode and reopen at this point. Let's go. We solve it on the fly. All right. Hopefully it doesn't end the broadcast when the host leaves if a guest is still here. We're about to find out. Fingers crossed. Bring me back. Remove him. Remove him. Window. We want just this window. Bring it up. I like this option better. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to restart this computer. I'm going to switch everything over to the other computer, which I'm also up and running on. So we bring back this Jared. Okay. Wow. Enter studio. Wow, that loop is horrible. All right. I'm muting over there. Now that I'm back. We can remove that. We can remove that. Ah, this mic's being all sorts of funky. It's been the other day. How are we now? There we go. Okay. Now let's see when I go to share screen. I still don't have the fucking option. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to run videos through the other fucking computer, which I now have my headphones plugged into. So I'm also going to hear myself. Yeah, I don't really have a better option here. Unless I also move to that mic. Like move the mic over and just keep this up so the stream stays up. It's going to be awkward for the recording. So I'm going to have basically 2 recordings of myself. Okay. Switching mics again. End of the stream. Remove from stream. Hello, hello. Sweet. Okay. This is working. Sorry, I'll back the camera away from my face a bit here in a second. Oops, sorry. Just trying to adjust everything here. Bring my tab back to the stream. All right, we're just going to set this laptop right on top of that one. Nope, I lied. I'm going to pull it to the side. Oh, yeah, pull it to the side. All right. Good grief, man. This is why it's best that nobody joins. With no viewers, you can have these fiascos and nobody fucking cares. All right. We're about to sing a song. Let me pull this tab off of here. Get it its own window. All right. Just double check again.
Are my emotions hard to read? Seems I'm good at hiding.
Beautiful. Okay. We're going to shut down my copy of the Twitch stream that's running. So we're back to 0 viewers. Got an offer of $180 on this pair of shoes. I've been trying to sell for a few months now. I will take $180. That sounds good to me. We need to mute this computer. Oh. Change to just speakers. Mute it. Okay. We can finally sing a song. All right. That was a lot more of a pain in the ass than I expected it to be. That was kind of maybe like bad form to be singing while sitting down. I know you can't get the same projection ability, but I've seen Phil Labonte do it and do it very well. I'm certainly not Phil fucking Labonte, lead singer of All That Remains, for those that don't know. But I will give it my best crack. So we're going to have a quick vape. I think we're going to play Daylily. It's a really pretty song. And I just save it to watch later. Okay, no. This is why I don't use this computer anymore. Half the RAM, one step down on the processor. But it's the only one that'll fucking transmit desktop audio right now. So it's what we have to work with. Let me double check again. I can share audio through the original one again, but only through a tab of the same window? Seriously? Oh, what the fuck? Stop that screen. Edit. Hold on. We may be okay here. Good grief. The fucking... Let's just pick this. And then we'll go back here. We'll share screen. It will be... Oh, yeah, I already had one open. Go me. Share that screen, including the audio. Hit play. Whoa, why can't I see... What was that? I can only see my own shit.
Just you, I was back then. Don't need to be perfect, just happy. Last year I was a train wreck, now I'm just a mess. I'm letting go so I don't lose myself. Every once in a while, I listen.
All right, I have to wonder if that's just a poor recording, because this should be working just as well as it does here. Let's try one more. If it's going to work, I'm switching back to the better computer, obviously. All right, let's see how this sounds. That sounds good. All right. So we're killing this computer. Give me just a second. We'll be back on the other computer. We're going to sing some songs. All right. Testing. We should be good now. Test. All right, that's good. I'm going to open up the stream on this phone. See how we sound. Don't need a Twitch recap. I have one viewer right now. It may be me, just with my phone closed. Don't need a Twitch recap. I have one viewer right now. It may be me, just with my phone closed. Don't need a Twitch recap. I have one viewer right now. It may be me, just
Cabin think all about how it used to be. We thought that we knew the answers when no one was asking the questions.
I think we're good now. Okay. Holy fucking shit. We managed to do it. Wow. Everybody say wow in chat. What do you want to listen to? I guess I could go to Spotify too, because they had the lyrics where they pop up. And I can use my lady's login. That would require me knowing her login. I wonder what the chances are that it's just stored on this computer. Very unsafe, babe. Do not store passwords in your browser. All right, she didn't. We will use YouTube. Trying to think of what I actually want to sing now. Oh, here's what we'll do. We'll start with Syria. All right, ladies and gents. We actually have a song ready to go. This first one is by Hands Like Houses, a band from Canberra, Australia. It's a fantastic song. I really, really like it. It came out like, you can see there, just over 9 years ago. And it is still something that I listen to all the time. This album is wonderful. There's also one you can see here on this album called The Fountainhead. I don't know if that's a reference to Ayn Rand's Fountainhead because I haven't read it yet. I have 1 to 3 copies of it. I have not yet read it. So it's just an interesting anecdote that it is named that. We may also do from this same album. There were suggestions before. No Parallels. That's a good one. And Introduce Species, I think, is from a different album, but it's also very good. And text my wife back. I'll be back in just a second. I go unlock the door for her. Be right back. Let the light figure its shit out again. Okay. Just want to check and see if the levels between us are good real quick. So I'm going to talk over it playing. Just want to check and see if the levels between us are good real quick. So I'm going to talk over it playing. Just want to check and see if testing. We're looping right now. I don't know why we're looping. Testing. We're looping right now. I don't know why we're looping. Son of a bitch. I have it muted. Testing. I gotta figure out these. Good grief, man. What the fuck is going on? Is there any chance? I feel like the other computer's gotta still be up somehow. Nope. Okay. Or this black hole thing is playing my audio back through the desktop. What if I choose this for output? Oh, man. Testing. Oh, maybe that's the problem. Test. How about now? Gosh damn it. Let me check on another phone. See if we're getting all this feedback and bullshit. Testing.
Testing.
Why do I hear everything twice? Does that fix it? I don't know what the fucking issue is. What about this? I don't know why it's doubling up the audio. What about when this is muted? What about now? Still there, but it's quieter. Oh my god. It's using my mic for output. Hold on. Master device. It's built-in output. Let's see about this. We're getting there. There's like a faint echo with everything I say. What if I turn off echo cancellation? There's less echo when I turn off echo cancellation. It's like gone now. Thanks, StreamYard. It was like the opposite of helpful what you were doing there, bud. Checking on a second device. Testing. Testing. Fuck, man. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. Hello, test. Hello. I don't understand why it's so quiet on the bar there. Testing. Testing. This is going to be completely unusable. I don't understand, folks. Output is multi-output device. Input is Onyx Blackjack USB microphone.
Output is multi-output device. Input is Onyx Blackjack USB microphone.
Those are both correct, but I've got a fucking echo of everything that I say. What if my output's only my headphones?
A fucking echo of everything that I say. What if my output's only my headphones?
Testing. Testing, testing. Testing, testing.
Testing, testing. Testing, 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 testing.
Oh my god, I know what it is that I'm hearing. I'm so fucking stupid. I'm hearing it play again through my phone. We should be actually good. Man. Wish I'd gotten to this point while Scrambling was still here. Could have determined that the echo was just from me being a dum-dum. So I'm going to have Macayla check the stream when she gets home. Just to make sure there's no echo before I start singing, because God, that I can't imagine how obnoxious that would be. So we're not going to try it. Broader Rose backed up past teenager, so it might be a little while before I get home. Okay, so before we get into a song, I'm going to have my wife just double check for me that I don't have an echo before I start singing. So here's what we're going to try and do in the meantime. I've got a few articles saved on my phone. I'm just going to kind of read through and respond to them. Make myself some notes here too, just so I know where the non-troubleshooting content is so I can use it for the podcast. We'll check about 1:10. 40. All right, so this article someone sent me on Telegram. It is from the Martyr Made Substack by Daryl Cooper on November 21st of this year. This is the title is Grand Theories of History, the Fourth Turning. Obviously, we've been talking about the Fourth Turning a lot on this podcast recently, and I've also just noticed in people discussing current events like culture and stuff like that, that if their explanations are always lacking something, and very often that thing that they're missing is this generational landscape. It just makes things make a lot more sense. So I'll have this podcast linked in the show, blog post linked in the show notes. And we can't read the whole thing because it's only a portion of it's free. But we'll see what value we can get from it. It's still a pretty good amount that's available here. So, the article starts. Hey, everybody. So, I was hanging out with my friend Josh Barnett the other day, and we were talking about Spengler, Toynbee, and some other authors he had on his shelf. For many years, I was obsessed with the kind of sweeping stories of historical development that made men like Spengler and Toynbee famous. From Ibn Khaldun, father of strong men create good times memes, to Teilhard de Chardin, Carol Quigley, and Jean Gebser. I studied them all. Sucker that I am for grand theories. The topic seems to come up all the time in my conversations, but I realized that I'd never really discussed it with you guys. So I pulled all the books off my shelves, dusted off some old notes, and this here is the first installment of what will be an ongoing series on authors with great big ideas about how human history works. The other ongoing projects, like 1990s Russia / Partnership for Peace, are not abandoned. It's just sometimes I need a diversion to clear out other things banging on the door of my brain. Hope you enjoy. Definitely understand what he's talking about there. But that's a bit of an introduction. We'll continue reading. Oh, I know I owe you guys several audio versions of recent posts. I promise I will knock all of them, including this one, out tomorrow. So there's also a podcast to accompany these, or at least an audio recording. So that's nice. Doesn't link to that, but I assume readers familiar with Daryl Cooper know where to find that. Perhaps he'll include it later on in the blog post. A while back, someone pushed me to read a book called Cosmos and Psyche, Intimations of a New Worldview by Richard Tarnas. It was, said my friend, a serious book, serious in quotes, about astrology and how the alignment of planetary bodies correlates with and has the power to predict the general shape of historical events. Well, I'm a sucker for grand theories, and I felt the same way about astrology that I feel about magic, superstitions, alchemy, and psychic power. I don't think it's real, but it would be cool if it was. My friend said this book would convince me that there was something to astrology, so I ordered it immediately and jumped right in. It did not have the desired effect. Very briefly, the theory goes something like this. We Earthlings measure 1 year as the time it takes for our planet to orbit the sun. Others take more or less time to make their own orbit. The innermost planet, Mercury, does a lap every 88 days. The next one, Venus, takes 224 days. Saturn takes about 30 years to make its way around, and the year gets longer the further out you look. The last time the dwarf planet Pluto was in its current position, the United States did not exist, 248 years ago. Each planet has a unique character that colors its astrological effects. Tarnas suggests that historical moods and certain kinds of events, great wars and revolutions, major political realignments, social and cultural awakenings, etc., correlate with where planets are individually in their yearly round and how they are aligned relative to one another. Kind of makes sense the way that the theory is being laid out so far. Keep reading. Tarnas doesn't get much into horoscope astrology, but he says that the alignments do have an impact on the shape of our individual lives. Using the Saturn cycle, 29.7 years, for example, he uses the biographies of many historical personages to show that the return of Saturn to the position it was in when they were born marked a major acceleration or turning point that defined the rest of their lives. According to the theory, the specific character of each planet has a generally predictable impact based on where it is along its orbit. A planet that is at 90 degrees from the position it was in when you were born, that is a quarter of the way through its orbit around the sun, imparts a different effect than one that is 180 degrees halfway through its orbit, or 270 degrees from its original position, 3/4 of the way through. With respect to historical cycles, he leans heavily on the cycle of Uranus, 84.3 years. That'll sound pretty familiar with anybody that's been keeping up with the content that I've created around the fourth turning, or just familiar with the fourth turning thesis generally. World War II was an historical event that transformed American society and their role of America in the world. Tarnas points out that if you go back 84 years from 1945, the last time Uranus was in the same position it was in during World War II, you would arrive at 1861 in the beginning of the U.S. Civil War. Wind the clock back another 84 years, and you're in 1777 and early days of the American Revolution. The planetary alignment does not mechanistically cause certain events to take place, he says, but merely imparts a historical mood that intensifies as it approaches a given point of alignment and creates the conditions that give rise to certain events. And so, sticking with Uranus and going back another 84 years from 1777, we find ourselves in 1693. 1692 if I'd been included in the point 3 in the calculation. In the days of tumult surrounding the Glorious Revolution that reordered the English power structure and that of its colonies in the New World. This is only one example, and the pattern holds not only for great wars and revolutions that restructure political power, but also for periods and events with other characteristics. For example, periods of cultural revolution and spiritual awakening. My friend knew his audience when he recommended the book. As I said, I am a sucker for this kind of thing, and at a glance, Tarnas makes something resembling a compelling case, which is usually all it takes to draw me in. Fortunately, I was inoculated against his story by another book I'd read years before, and which provides a much fuller and more realistic version of the same process described by Tarnas. That book is called The Fourth Turning, an American Prophecy by William Strauss and Neil Howe. So he's kind of drawing the same connection that I'd made already. Unsurprisingly, it is kind of the setup of the article. Give myself a second to breathe because I always never know how to breathe appropriately when reading long text. Strauss and Howe observed the same historical phenomena I just described. Every 80 to 100 years, a series of events occurs that fundamentally reorders the political and social order and marks everything that came before and everything that came after it. So, starting with World War II, you go back one cycle to the Civil War, another cycle backward at the American Revolution, and one more to the Glorious Revolution. Strauss and Howe go back further, maintaining a continuity from American to English history once they go back past the colonial era. So another cycle back from the Glorious Revolution in England was the Spanish Armada crisis, in which the Catholic Duke of Norfolk was linked to a Spanish conspiracy against the throne of England. The victory of the English Navy over the Great Spanish Fleet in 1588 galvanized newly Protestant England and ended an immediate threat of counter-reformation in that country. Back another cycle still, and we encountered the War of the Roses, which ended in the 1480s with the ascension of the first Tudor monarch, Henry VII. That's all we can read for free on this Substack. You can subscribe to read further. I'm a little bit annoyed that I've had this bookmarked for so long because it didn't end up being of much benefit to me once I finally read it there. Didn't mean to close out of it. I'm still going to link it in the show notes. But the reason that I brought up this article at all and was discussing the Fourth Turning, I've been hearing discussions recently that mention different current events and stuff like, oh, the culture has become so degenerate and all this stuff. And they try to point blame at different political factions or whatever, whoever's their whipping boy, as it were. Like recently, a part of the problem episode where Dave was doing a watch along and respond to Michael Knowles' recent appearance on Timcast. Knowles was talking about and trying to accuse libertarians of influencing Republicans to give up the reins of power to the liberals, and now the culture's gone to shit. And he makes this big jump from, we got here in Plymouth, 400 years ago, and there were all these strict rules about cursing and profanity and modesty and whatever. And then all of a sudden in the 60s, the 1960s for those not paying attention, yes, he jumps over a few hundred years there to say then, the left was in charge in the 60s and it's all gone to heck from there. But looking at this through the Fourth Turning perspective, the late 60s, early 70s was an awakening period. It's always going to be a time where the values regime is overthrown. People are looking for something different spiritually, or you could say internally. Things haven't been going well for enough of the population that they're very open to a changing of the guard, whether spiritually, like typically some sort of spiritual manner, and that could be very broadly applied. It's also unsurprising, as Knowles mentioned in the video, that the focus on the family has gotten lesser as we've gone through the unraveling into the crisis. This is a predictable pattern that happens every time. institutions begin to break down, including like family institutions. Um, it was an interesting episode. I'll link that one as well. The part of the problem responding to Michael Knowles. If I were more tech literate with my streaming abilities, I would also like to do a pause and play, pause and react, whatever you want to call it, with that episode. Maybe that's something we can do in the future. I don't know. It just seems like something that comes up a lot. It's a theory that has made a lot more things make a lot more sense to me. So I like to kind of try and point it out when I get the chance. It's really exciting to me whenever I hear Guy Swan discuss it on Bitcoin Audible. Yeah, I guess that's about all I had to say on that. Mark a timestamp. All right, take a quick break. Say hi to my wife who just got home, and then I will be back. Do a couple songs. Maybe do an update on what we've been up to lately, and then I'm gonna call it a day. Be right back. Okay, and we're back. Oh, message from Brian. Can I mark? Mark is unread, yeah. Okay. Let's sing a song, yeah? We are going to start with Wisteria. Hands Like Houses. All right. Fingers crossed. Let's see how it goes. This is where we fall, sleepers scattered in the soil, a finger deep dragged through the ground, a blasted thought in harrowed holes. Think of nothing else but what a patch of earth contained, blinded by our dirt-stained clothes of planted possibility. Tender ground as bare as birth, a shoot emerged from beneath the earth. Mary, Mary, tell me how your garden grows. Tell me what it takes to come alive, to see what you have sown. 'Cause I've grown into the ground and there are branches in my bones. I am of the ground. The ground. Between two branches, a rope and tie we cast. Between two worlds, each one higher than the last. I chose the edge, chose higher still, and left in need and found. But in abandon, lost my grip, and shattered, chose the ground. In unkept chaos as bare as birth, a garden gray of tangled earth. Tell me what it takes to come alive, to see what you have sown. 'Cause I've grown into the ground and there are branches in my bones. I am overgrown. Been lying here too long. The branches pushing me apart where weakness showed. But never said we ever cast aside. Sent off the winter's curse, and she cut me through like knives. She whistled proudly her seasoned song and showed me that I was alive all along. Tell me what it takes to come alive, to see what you have sown. 'Cause I've grown into the ground and there are branches in my bones. I am overgrown. I am overgrown. So, hopefully our levels were okay there. We shall see in post. Let's see what to do next. Yeah, we'll do no parallels, and then we're going to do something completely different. No, I'm going to do another Hammock Houses. I want species. You'll also notice the mention of September shaking off winter. If I have things correctly, winter would be just coming out of winter for the southern hemisphere, which is where Australia is located. I've never understood that line because I hadn't kind of thought that through. All right. This one is called Introduce Species. Same brand, same band. It is from the same album, Unimagined. I don't necessarily believe in the idea that we are an introduced species that doesn't belong here. But I like the song a lot. And I like a lot of the lines in the song a lot. Um, just kind of talking about more or less sleepwalking through life. And I like the, in a way, we're all connected, threaded together. It's a nice, it is a nice message. I believe there's also, let's see where it's at. Thinking of a different song, I guess. Anyway, here's another song. We don't belong here. In a way, we are all connected, threaded together. In a way, we are all suspended, bound going nowhere. Walk on the wires, defeat and define, wake up. Evolve and escape, unravel and make yourself speak in tongues, and we walk on the wires between. We don't belong here, we are the sleeping sickness, the dancing dreams. We don't belong here, we're invaders from the inside, we're survivors in silver skin. Shapeless we move, unwinding the wires between. We don't belong here. Follow, follow down each knotless fathom to the end. No more hollow, hollow sounds of echoes, echoes in our heads. Wake up. Walk on the wires, connect and combine. Wake up. React and reshape, untangle, unmake yourself. We don't belong here, we are the sleeping sickness, the dancing dreams. We don't belong here, we're invaders from the inside, we're survivors in silver skin. Shapeless we move, unwinding the wires between. We don't belong here. It's been a long, long night, and we're still learning how to survive. Will you walk with me a while and see a world with brand new eyes? We see the signs, and we're fighting for our lives. Will you run? Will you run? Will you run? In a way, we are all connected, threaded together. In a way, we are all suspended. We're speaking tongues and we walk on the wires between. We don't belong here, we are a sleeping sickness of dancing dreams. We don't belong here, we're invaders from the inside, we're survivors with silver skin. Shapeless we move, unwinding the wires between. We don't belong here. It's a nice song. I like it a lot. We're going to do something completely different now. I like a lot of different music. Words. You like self ownership. I think we're going to go axiology. Let me preview it. I can't remember if this is the one I wanted to sing. Yeah. Ah. This song is very good. I'm sure most folks in the libertarian anarchist type bent will know Eric July. This is his band Backwards. I don't believe they've put out a new album still since 2017. I know Eric's involved with all sorts of different stuff, so I'm not faulting him for that, but I would love to hear more Backwards. There was a new single maybe a year or so back, but actually, you know what? Look at those. Look at the lyrics again. I can't remember if this is the one I was wanting to. Comments are turned off. That's weird for anything with music. I feel like you want as much engagement as possible. They may have been just getting a bunch of dumb stuff. Yeah, no, this is not the one I was wanting to sing, but it is a really good song. Definitely check it out in your own time. I had a lyric preview on these. There's one particular that I'm really wanting to do. I don't think it was self ownership. This one is really good too, though. Yeah, that's what I thought it was that one. Damn it. Maybe I just need to search backwards without the lyrics part. It's not showing up most of the songs. Oh, I guess Eric put out a album last year. That's cool. Was it State Theist? No, man. Really can't remember what song it is. Search for lyrics. Yeah, it is statism. Okay. Yeah, I should have known from the get go. Super good song. And obviously, like, all the backwards songs are kind of preaching to the choir, right? Like, it they've kind of got a pretty niche audience. I'm sure there are people who would appreciate the sound, and like not agree with the message and be able to deal with that, but for the most part, you're aiming it at the folks you know are going to love the message, right? Finding that intersection of anarchist and hardcore, you'd feel like it's a bigger intersection than it seems to be, but there's a lot of, honestly, commies and pussies in hardcore, which again you wouldn't expect. Um, so yeah, this is kind of, they don't really like to slap a label on the genre, but it's kind of hardcore metal type dealio, featuring Craig Mabbitt of Escape the Fate, also another great band. Craig Mabbitt's pretty dope. I have met him. I have not yet met Eric, but it would be cool to do that someday. So we'll be screaming in this song. So hope you enjoy that. If not, I'm sorry. Maybe you'll like the next one better. The gimmick it wins from beginning to end. No gimmick, dude. If I rip it, dude, I live it then. And you can't do it, so ain't no need for mimicking. I'm not innocent. I'm on a mission, so let me finish it. Matter of time before they summon the army in. I'm probably on the FBI's most wanted list. I'm probably gonna end up hung like an ornament. I'm on a life mission to abolish all the government. It's dumb, man. I'm beyond pissed. So we're going to get to the chase and get rid of metaphorical nonsense. None of that eloquent bogusness. I want you to know what it is. Suck a kid. Y'all keep voting in. Yo, I'm killing still by the day. I'd be a buffoon to trust the state. You're too falling, jiggy taking the bait. Making mistake after mistake after mistake. Believe me, this ain't the typical, oh, the government's corrupt, bro. That's too easy. You gotta take responsibility because you're willing to give power to the state when it's a state that is your enemy. Stuck on stupid, you gotta be on it. Cry about violence, but they got a monopoly on it. And you keep on buying into what that man say, not knowing that every mandate just expands the state. Look around and tell me what you say, because it's coming down, are you listening? Stop and look, this is what I mean. Yeah, it's going down. It's going down. Look, it ain't really hard to keep up. The politicians just hypnotize you with free stuff. More and more stadiums and y'all people just eat up. You're crying and protesting about how the police suck. You don't get no sympathy from me, cause that's the bet that you made, so you gotta lie. More extensive by the day, making mistake after mistake after mistake. Sometimes you gotta realize that the same crap that you despise might be your demise. And I advise that you become knowledgeable on subjects like economics that benefit now memes on the internet. So when you're mad and you get so combative, you gotta step back and take a stab at your voting habits. The average man don't understand that he don't know. You can be free or be a slave, but you can't be both. Coming down, are you listening? Stop and look, this is what I mean. Yeah, it's going down. It's going down. Open your eyes. The state you're in is a state of mind. Freedom disguised. The state you're in is a state of mind. So they wanting a savior. Yeah, every day we go through voluntary exchanges. They say who gonna build the roads without taxation, so they give them a reason to confiscate my payments. And that's exactly what the state needs. For you to think you need them, but it's fake. See, maybe you see that they are what they swore to prevent, a monopolized corporation. It's called government. Look around and tell me what you say, because it's coming down, coming down. Are you listening? Stop and look, this is what I mean. Yeah, it's going down. It's going down. Open your eyes. The state you're in is a state of mind. Freedom disguised. The state you're in is a state of mind. Abolish all the government! Good stuff. Hopefully the screams were okay. Throat has not been quite up to snuff lately. Do one more. Something even heavier than that. I feel like I'm struggling with the switch back and forth between clean and screams today. Just kind of recently. Some sort of seasonal bullshit going on. So let's see. No. Rick Grimes here. Yes, the same fella from The Walking Dead. Says this song is so good I'm punching myself in the face. So this band, Knocked Loose, is definitely, like, no question about it, would be considered hardcore. It's just the style. Very lone tuned, a lot of screams. There's actually two vocalists in the band. They both scream. Often with like metalcore, you'll see a screamer and then a regular like singer like you would expect. But sometimes, as with Knocked Loose, it works really well when you've got two guys with like fairly different styles doing the screaming. I think it's pretty damn good. I enjoy it a lot. I'm going to sing it. And hopefully you don't hate it. I would settle for that. We'll see how this goes. Wish me luck. Let me make sure there's lyrics here. Okay. I know that I've been telling my wife this. I know the shape of a lot of songs, like kind of the sounds, but not exactly the lyrics for a lot of them, especially when it comes to screams. So when I have the lyrics, I feel like I do pretty good. And that's probably a good way to ensure that this goes poorly. But anyway, enjoy or don't. I'm going to enjoy it. coming from a place of intolerance. I won't cater to a coward that hides behind a fraternity just so he can feel empowered. Oh. Institutions supporting murder, no. I won't support it. But the pressure, I feel the pressure to be like you. Forced into a life of repentance, searching out for a cure, made to believe that acceptance is all that we're looking for, is what we need. Oblivions! Big. But in the end, when it's your turn to be judged, you'll get what you fucking deserve! You son of a bitch! One by one! One by one! Oblivions Bank! So that's a band I've not actually seen live yet, but man, I cannot wait to do so. It's going to be a slugfest. This is the sort of concert you go to knowing that you leave with some sort of an injury. You just kind of plan around that and try to limit the injuries. Next one is going to be a quick one just because it's fun, by the same band. Very short song. At 13 seconds. Then we'll do one last one to end it off. Oh shit. Hang on, let me see about this cover. I knew a guy in college named Alejandro who looks a lot like this. No, okay. He looked like that picture there. But I don't think it's him. Because that doesn't look anything like him. I think that must be the drummer for Knocked Loose, and I didn't realize what he looked like. But the combination of Alejandro and that face, I thought for sure it was him. Anyway, this is a very short song, as I said before. It is a lot of fun. There are 3 lines to the song, but it's so good. This track is just a crowd-killing masterpiece. That's fair. I don't love the crowd killing because I'm not confident enough to do it. I don't just seek out people to hit, and I don't like being on the receiving end of it. So that is never super fun for me. I guess I need to get more used to it, figure out how to defend, and what I can do in return. Because there are some people that you'll see just like hit right back in a way that everybody accepts that it's legitimate. I don't know what those rules are yet. Need to figure those out. But this is Counting Worms. 3 lines to the song, just over a minute long. Enjoy. Oh! I wrote a song about getting better. It's a feeling I can't remember. Arf, arf. Yeah! Counting worms. I guess really I could have done that with Billy No Mates afterwards. The 2 songs flow together really well, but I chose not to. We're going to do one song by Gideon, and then I'm going to call it a day. We're going to do Freedom. Feeling freedom. I do listen to a lot of music that kind of has a freedom message, but it's not a requirement. Gosh damn it. I've had the audio muted for every one of these so far. I'm sorry to anybody that watches this, listens to it. Fucking hell. Okay. Well, for this one, we will have a track also going, hopefully. Again, it's a positive that nobody's watching. Someday people might watch, and I'll be prepared for that. This is Freedom. It's by a band called Gideon, also hardcore. Freedom. Gideon's pretty sweet. I've seen them only ever accidentally because they were supporting a band that I really liked. And I saw them maybe twice within a month supporting different bands. It was something crazy like that. And then that's why I started to like Gideon. So enjoy. Freedom over all weakness, freedom over all the lies. With your fist clenched tight in the air tonight, with your fist clenched tight, throw it up. I can't remember stepping out. I seem to recall the southern nights and the feel of forever. Never noticed our backs against the wall, but we're growing up. It's all the same when you ain't got a chance in hell. But the fuel to my fire is the voice telling me I was born to fail. So go and run your mouth. Word gets around in the deep south. It's time to cut the ties with a fist clenched tight and hit the sky. Sing freedom over fear, freedom over all weakness, freedom over all the lies. Gosh damn it. Freedom over all weakness, freedom over all the lies. With your fist clenched tight in the air tonight. They called us fools, but we had nothing to lose. Turn our backs to the past and our eyes to the moon. We're looking up, up, up. And we keep looking down on everyone who tries to leave this town. Growing up, we're not the same night and day, not a chance in hell. You're the fuel to my fire. You're the voice telling me I was born to fail. So go and run your mouth. Word gets around to the underground. Let them talk, let them talk. Their words mean nothing at all. Let them walk, let them walk. Never been one for the dead weight, let them fall. Let them talk, let them talk. Let them waste their breath, we don't care at all. Let them walk, let them walk. Never been one for the dead weight, let them fall. Let them talk, let them talk. Their words mean nothing at all. Let them walk, let them walk. Never been one for the dead weight, let them fall. With a fist clenched tight, throw it at the sky, sing freedom! Over fear, freedom! Over all weakness, freedom! Over all the lies with your fist clenched tight in the air tonight, sing freedom! Over fear, freedom! Over all weakness, freedom! Over all the lies with your fist clenched tight in the air tonight, with a fist clenched tight! Well, no part of this has gone as well as I'd hoped. The icing on the cake is just the fact that I had the song I was covering muted for all but the last one. I think we're going to call it a day there. Thank you for scrambling, hopping by for a while. I think I got like 12 minutes of content that I might use for the podcast this week. I have to figure something out tomorrow while also packing up the car for a road trip halfway across the country the next day. We'll just see what happens. This last episode before Christmas is going to come out right before Christmas if I indeed put out an episode that includes the words I'm saying right now. So, if you've made it 2 hours into this video, or however long the podcast ends up being, Merry Christmas. I hope that your Christmas is wonderful and not too stressful. I'm going to try and limit the stress of mine as much as I possibly can. Fingers crossed that that goes well. That's all. It's over now. Bye.